Who should be the third baseman going into 2024 for the New York Mets? That is the question. This is All Things Mets. This is where you get your latest Mets media. Everything you know about the Mets on this channel. Definitely leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy Mets content and baseball content in general. And let's get into today's topic, and that is who is going to be the third baseman for the Mets in 2024. Now, there are some intriguing options, definitely, with Ronnie Mauricio being a third baseman. Brett Baty coming back and playing third base. Definitely some options also, external with, Matt Chapman, also in free agency, just got out of his contract with the Toronto Blue Jays. So definitely there are some intriguing options out there, but I say definitely Ronnie Mauricio, Brett Baty are your internal options. Are you fine with that? Are you going to go with that? Well, according to Dave Stearns, he looks at Ronnie Mauricio as mostly an infielder. So he's not really going to put Ronnie Mauricio out there in left field, right field, center field like a lot of people thought. So Dave Stearns is already showing, knowledge of baseball and, that he doesn't want Ronnie Mauricio in that spot in the outfield, and he's going to put him just basically in the dirt in the infield. So this shows that Dave Stearns is definitely smart and knowledgeable, because Ronnie Mauricio should be an infielder. Definitely he's been an infielder his whole career. So why not just keep him in the infield? And I know, Ronnie Mauricio in left field, the right field, but let's keep him in the infield. I like it. Dave Stearns likes it. And yeah, let's do that. But Brett Baty and Ronnie Mauricio, third base, definitely Brett Baty showed some improvement, down the road in the season. He did not have a good season. He made multiple errors. He, mistracked some balls. He did not have a good season offensively and defensively. Brett Baty did not have a good season. Ronnie Mauricio, came up pretty late in the game and got a September call-up and really had a cup of coffee with the New York Mets, for, basically a month. But he showed something, different. He showed that, strong arm that he has. He shows that he's pretty good defensively, and he's, has good reaction time. So when you think of a third baseman, that is all important. You want Ronnie Mauricio, Brett Baty to have the reaction time, to have the strong arm, to have the ability, to turn a double play quickly. Those are things that you need from your third baseman. And like I said, there is an external option out there, Matt Chapman, who is going to be a free agent. Definitely Matt Chapman is one of the best defensive third basemen there is in the MLB. Offensively, he's pretty okay as well. But defensively, he's definitely one of the best, third basemen out there. So if Dave Stearns really wants a good defensive or a great defensive third baseman in Matt Chapman, he will probably go for Matt Chapman. But if he sees, that Ronnie Mauricio and, Brett Baty, he basically said in a meeting they have that skill set. They have those skills. They just got to learn how to put it together. Now, Ronnie Mauricio, like I said, we saw him for a little bit, but he showed a lot of good reaction time. He showed a very strong arm. Ronnie Mauricio has a stronger arm than Brett Baty. Brett Baty has a weaker arm. But Brett Baty, I would say, last season did not go as well. He, trained with Troy Tulowitzki in the offseason, and it still didn't go right. Defensively, it didn't go right for Brett Baty. But he turned the corner in the last, probably 10, 12 games, and he got better defensively. He showed a little more enthusiasm out there. He showed a little more, that reaction time that, a lot of Mets fans want that third baseman to have. So Brett Baty, I don't know exactly what he did. I think he worked with the infield instructor, definitely, Brett Baty. But he looked pretty good at the last couple of games that he had with the New York Mets at third base. So there is definitely going to be a competition between Ronnie Mauricio and Brett Baty going into 2024 for this third base position. Now, obviously, the Mets can put Ronnie Mauricio at second base and Jeff McNeil can go to the outfield. But this is all about what Dave Stearns wants to do and the knowledge that he has of baseball I trust in what he's doing. I trust what he's saying. And the fact that, like I said, he sees Ronnie Mauricio as an infielder, that is smart. That is smart. That is what you want. And you don't want Ronnie Mauricio to, be an outfielder. It takes a long time to learn, how to be an outfielder. Definitely when you've been playing your infield your whole career. Now, Ronnie Mauricio could play probably a lot of positions, but I tell you this, third base, he looked pretty good. That reaction time, that strong arm, that is what you want. Now, there is another option out there, and Mark Vientos. And recently, in these winter meetings, in these GM meetings, Dave Stearns said he sees Mark Vientos as a bat first guy. So this already shows that Dave Stearns, is looking at Mark Vientos not as a defensive guy, but a bat first guy. So Mark Vientos is not really going to be in the running to play third base for the New York Mets in 2024. The way it looks like it, the way it sounds from what Dave Stearns said. So this is pretty big news because obviously we know Mark Vientos is not the greatest defensively, but he was a third baseman. He played first base as well, but he's looked at as a bat first guy. So this just shows the knowledge that Dave Stearns has, and something that these guys were missing for years. Definitely, Billy Epler did not have that baseball knowledge like Dave Stearns has. So I really like what I'm seeing from Dave Stearns. But when you want a third base position, obviously you want your third base guy to be good offensively. You want your third base guy to be great defensively. But sometimes you really can't have it all. So I say give these kids a chance. Give Ronnie Mauricio and Brett Baty a chance in spring training to go after the competition and do what you need to do and see what happens. See if Ronnie Mauricio and Brett Baty make some strides in that position. Definitely, obviously if Brett Baty wins the job or Ronnie Mauricio wins the job, then they do. If they go for a guy like Matt Chapman, then they do that as well, because there's some options out there, and it's not like Dave Stearns just can't use these internal options as Ronnie Mauricio and Brett Baty. He has some other options as well externally, like with Matt Chapman. I'm sure there's going to be other third base free agents that's going to be out there that maybe Dave Stearns will be interested in. But defense is key. Offense is key as well. So you want these guys to perform offensively and defensively. But you saw what happened with Brett Baty this year, 2023. He just did not have a good year offensively and defensively. So Ronnie Mauricio came up and showed some promise. He showed that he has probably the highest ceiling out of these guys between Brett Baty and Mark Vientos. Ronnie Mauricio was hitting the ball. Ronnie Mauricio was playing pretty good defense. He barely made an error, and, he only made a couple of errors. But yes, he did play in fewer games than Brett Baty, obviously, but he showed some promise. So we'll see what happens with the New York Mets going into 2024. But I say give these guys a chance. If you're not going to go for a guy like Matt Chapman in free agency, or some other guys that are defensively for third base, then you're not going to do it. You're going to stay internally. Then make it a competition between Ronnie Mauricio and Brett Baty for that position. And, see who wins it. At the end of the day, this is what happens. We saw Lucas Duda and Ike Davis. If you're a Met fan for years, if you've been a Met fan for years, you remember that spring training competition between Ike Davis and Lucas Duda. And Ike Davis did not win the job. Lucas Duda did. So I like that competition because it's healthy competition. Obviously, everybody wants to be on the team. Obviously, everybody wants to, make their mark. But I say Ronnie Mauricio, Brett Baty, they're going to go probably at it for spring training. And I don't know exactly what Brett Baty is doing, in the offseason, but I hope he is working on his swing. I hope he is working defensively. I hope that he's not really taking much breaks. But Ronnie Mauricio, I would say, is going to play winter ball. Definitely going to play winter ball. And that just shows that he loves baseball. He wants to keep playing baseball, and he just wants to keep going. And that's what I like about Ronnie Mauricio. So we'll see with these guys. We'll see what happens. Definitely, I will keep you guys updated on the third base, competition and what is going on, and who are the Mets going to be interested, and are they making plays for Matt Chapman? I will keep you guys interested. I will keep you guys posted in all of that news. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, definitely leave a like, comment, and subscribe. But let me know what you guys think about the third base competition. Who would you go for? Do you think Ronnie Mauricio and Brett Baty have that skill set for third base? Do you think that they can stick there? We'll see. At the end of the day, I love interacting with you guys, so definitely leave a comment. And yeah, man, I'll definitely interact with you guys. But yeah, I have more videos on the way, and just stay tuned. LFGM for life, baby. I'm gone.